So we're going to go to part 3, which is going to look at the way that we use this infrastructure to schedule reoccurring payments and scheduled payments. So looking at this transaction flow for reoccurring payments and scheduled payments, instead of having the user initiate a merchant page click, the user client has the logic to actually create and schedule these the initiation of reoccurring and scheduled payments. It also has the ability to capture signatures and store them for future use. So let's take a look at that. Again, in the side panel, under the commerce panel, we have under the personal side, and we may need to rename this. I don't know about personal and merchant, but I'll turn on the ZK privacy. You've got the SIN payment, which is the direct pay, the scheduled payments, which are schedule a one-time payment, and the recurring payments, which basically are creating payment plans. And this has to be done a little bit differently than we might be used to it in traditional finance. So let's take a look at, and again, it's using the 2612 permit, which in this case allows not only the token to be removed from the wallet by the transaction border controller or the gateway, it also allows the gateway to pay the gas for the transaction. So let's look at a payment. So here is a payment I set up for Spotify, for example. Let's create a new one. Let's call this Netflix. Maybe it's $16.99 a month or something like that. Monthly. So the token address and the settlement contract, these normally come back from the merchant page, but in this case, we need to populate them. So this is a testnet USDC, and this is the settlement contract, or the store, the merchant store. And that's pretty much it. The name, the amount, the frequency, and then the asset you're going to use to pay, and the settlement contract. And you create that. You approve the plan. And this is a little bit different than the normal plans that we saw. This one actually has a total amount, the amount per payment, and the number of installments or number of payments. So this is the payment plan version. We approve that. It's going to submit the query for the total amount, and then every time subsequently it will deduct, or the ERC20 protocol deducts the total amount from the total amount for each subsequent payment up until the maximum amount of the permit allowance. So you see that this first payment has been completed. And let's refresh this. I probably need to add a refresh button onto the let's schedule payments, payment plan. And there you see one of two payments has occurred, $16.99 of the 203 total. So that is basically the payment plan. To show a subsequent payment, I created a kind of a test. Basically, there are Chrome alarms that are set and stored in the client that will now fire for subsequent payments in this payment plan with no user interaction. So the gas is taken care of. The token amount has been pre-approved. So when this alarm fires off, so say I was sitting here and the next monthly payment comes due, this would occur. And what you'll see here basically is just a completion event. So say my computer shut down, I'm not even logged in to the wallet, I will simply see a success message that this transaction has been completed when I came back to my computer. And there you see payment complete. So this basically automates and allows reoccurring payments to occur. And again, it's because of this architecture in conjunction with the 2612 ERC 2612 standard, which allows one permit to basically provide for multiple logical things to occur. Okay, so to keep this video short, that is the payment plan. The other piece of this is the scheduled payments. So say that I want to schedule something for 2 weeks from now and I need to pay this bill or that bill. Say my yard guy. He's going to come out and do my yard, and let's create a new payment just to show this and say it's $80. And again, you'll notice that with these reoccurring payments and the payment plan, you need to have the asset that you're going to pay, and you need to have the settlement contract. So, or in this case, it's the recipient. So this is a settlement contract. I wouldn't want to send to that directly, but say, just for example, I guess I could use my own address here. Yeah, I'll use that address. This is basically sending back to myself, so it's just kind of, let's see, yard maintenance. Execute. I'll just leave it for an hour and we'll schedule that. And actually, I need to update this. I just did this yesterday, but this shouldn't say tokens. It should be in the format of the asset. But there you see it's scheduled to fire in an hour. And this one failed. I think I need to check and see why, but I tested this before and it worked. I guess this might fail if, say, your computer's offline, in this case, because it's going to happen at a specific time. So that's part 3 to keep this video short. Those are the recurring payments and the scheduled payment, or the payment plans and the scheduled payments. And I guess I'll stop there. The 4th one will be on the delegation addresses. So this system can create a non-root address, and then with the zero knowledge proof and a basically address that's created by the root wallet, you end up without your signature online, and you can use a completely different source address. So your root wallet remains completely confidential, which is pretty cool. Okay.